Hey guys, welcome back to Williamson Ridge Outdoors. Today we've actually been going to the stone quarry and getting us some limestone to put down on our driveway. Our driveway right now is nothing but mud. The gravel has just sunk right down into it. We've got our PJ trailer here and we've got 3 tons exactly of number 57 limestone in here. And for right now, all I'm gonna do is actually just dump this out and go get another load actually. I could actually probably spread this some with the tailgate, but I don't have any chains for the tailgate right now, which actually I kind of would have thought that the chains would have come with it, but evidently not. So I don't have any chains for it to use the tailgate to spread that way. What we're gonna do is go get another load and hopefully have at least 6 tons here. Then I'm gonna use the tractor and take it to the spots that we need it most first, and then see what we have left and then spread out what we have after that. One of the biggest issues is getting up the steep part of the driveway. I am totally impressed because I pulled this trailer, we're right at 10,000 pounds. I pulled it up this steep driveway through the mud with my F-150. You know, I've had this truck since 2011, and I have to say that I have been quite impressed with it. There's been some little issues here and there, which actually, like right now, the check engine light's on. I don't know exactly what that's about, but you know, we're gonna find out here pretty soon. But other than just a few little tiny minor issues, the truck's been great. I've got 122,000 miles on it, and it has always impressed me. It has the 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine in it. I've never really want more power out of it. You can tow fine on the interstate and all that kind of stuff. Like I say, this is 10,000 pounds, and if you want to run 65, 70 on the interstate, it'll keep it right there, and it doesn't matter whether you got heels or not, it'll stay at 70 miles an hour. But anyways, enough about that. We are only hauling though 3 tons at a time because of the F-150. I don't want to overload the truck. I can actually haul 5 tons of gravel in this trailer at one time. That would put the GVWR right at 14,000 pounds if we had 5 tons in the trailer. But since the truck is not rated to haul 14,000 pounds, I'm not going to pull 14,000 pounds with it. So we are right at 10,000 pounds, which is right at the max of what this truck is rated to tow. And like I say though, it tows it just fine, it stops fine, it pulls it fine, but why be unsafe whenever you don't need to? They got my load just a little bit sideways in here, so I hope it doesn't pose an issue of trying to lift it up. And that's also another reason that I parked where I did, because this is pretty close to level right here. That way I can just dump it out, drop it back down, go get another load, and get back here and do it again. Plus, like I say, I can kind of pinpoint the areas that I want to put gravel in most and get those areas fixed first. We're gonna go ahead and dump this load. So anyways, follow along with us as we go get us some more gravel and try to get our driveway fixed up. So we sort of made it back. I actually never made it back to the quarry. I actually stopped at a gas station and was getting gas. I realized that my truck is actually leaking antifreeze from somewhere. That's actually kind of a good thing. I knew it was using some antifreeze, and I knew that, you know, I was having to put antifreeze in it every so often, and I was hoping that it wasn't something like a head gasket blown and it was actually burning it, because it does seem to steam a lot, but I don't know, it always seemed to steam a lot on cold mornings, more than other vehicles that I've had. Maybe that has something to do with the turbo or something, but I seen that it was leaking some antifreeze out the bottom. I decided to not go ahead and keep running it. I decided to bring it back to the house because with it leaking like that, if it's a water pump, I've seen that happen and they start to leak, and then all of a sudden they just go completely out and they just start gushing water. and I didn't want to take a chance on getting stranded somewhere with it. As much as I was just saying a minute ago about how much I like this truck, that doesn't change. It's got 122,000 miles on it. If it is the water pump starting to leak like that, I mean, that's a pretty normal wear. I'd like to have seen it make 150,000 without having that problem, but you know, it's still just kind of getting the mileage on it to where things like that are going to be happening. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to at least get my tractor out, and the 3 tons that we did get up here and get dumped, I'm going to at least take it down on the steepest part of the driveway, spread it out and try to get a little bit of rock on there so that we're not picking up and going through so much mud. As you can see on my truck, I mean, there's mud on everything. And then trying to come up the driveway, pulling the trailer, I was running 4-wheel drive and still throwing mud all over the place. I was hoping to get my second load though, so that I could kind of get the driveway dried up, but we'll just have to do it another day because I don't really want to keep running the truck now that I know it's actually leaking antifreeze. So I'm gonna have to get it somewhere and have them look at it, tell what it is. I'm not sure if I'm gonna take it to a dealership or to an independent garage or whatever, but one way or the other, I've got to get that fixed because I use my truck a lot to tow with. My wife tows with it. She tows the horse trailer and all that kind of stuff. So we got to get that taken care of. But for now, let's spread out a little bit of gravel and see if we can't get out of some of this mud that we've got. So we got a little bit of that on the driveway. It's not spread nearly as good as I want to. I think I'm gonna take the box blade and see if I can't pile some up in there and kind of spread it out a little bit. But it's really, really muddy right now. And the more you run on this, the farther everything's kind of sinking in. But the main thing I wanted to do is get a little bit of traction on here, kind of get that to kind of bite in a little bit. I really needed my 6 tons so that I could get this hill covered up pretty good. And when this driveway was originally put in, there wasn't any geotextile fabric or anything that went on. So pretty much everything that goes on tends to sink, not to mention it also gets washed off of this hill whenever it rains. I have fixed that a little bit by putting some slope to it and stuff to where that the water doesn't run down the tire tracks all the time. It's not nearly as bad as it used to be. And then there's a ditch over on the side that, you know, the water gets into and it travels that. So it's not nearly as bad as it used to be, but it still does it some. And that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Guys, I appreciate you following along with us, at least being there with us for our first dump of our PJ dump trailer. Man, that thing is going to be awesome. I'm loving it already, even though only just getting to use it one time. I am liking it so much. The last time that they sent a dump truck out here, it was $287 for 10 tons. What is it, $28 and something a ton? And it was $14 a ton by going and getting it myself. If you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.